On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. But I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a word of the lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I'll cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. In that old rugged cross, stained with blood so divine, and wondrous beauty I see. For the dear Lamb of God, love departing and sanctify me. So I'll treasure the old rugged cross, still my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday. Oh, I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling, I will hold on to the old rugged cross, yeah, and exchange it someday for a crown. For you so loved the world, became sacrifice for me. My shame, pain, and death, you rolled them all away. So I count all things as lost, looking back into the cross, till I can see your face. Then forever we will be in that old rugged cross. I will forever be true, His shame, reproach gladly bear. Then you call me someday to my home far away, where His glory forever I will share. Oh, I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling, I will hold on to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies last I lay down. I will cling, oh, to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown, and exchange it someday for a crown, for a golden crown, and exchange it someday for a crown.
Abusame da sesa na do afidie no so free sad break ko sebe bo no 9 ai be so makela bobonu odi an kan kwa me bo a e de kwa so brebredwuma de bread ya Asomdwoe Nkomo na enei de ya tete no sa na tie e no krese aban boa passa private schools obemia won fim enkanka ne basic schools no amoma tim fifi bone na afei aban schools aito etimi edi hina na we ne nsam we di ahim e wo ngomasua tena ye no emu titiri ngomasua adwesuo enenne ye ba be sere koso Asomdwoe Nkomo eso besre wo Nkomo ne ye bebo ye nyina ye ma ne yeye ene won da chinti basic education ho senkaye wo my Ghana mu die menu mienu nyina yenim ansa no mampena na adoba yeyi SHS de eba be peace wo oman no mu mra omamra no mu de ye wo bibi e friend F cube free compulsory universal basic education eno ne F cube no na ne se no de basic education ene sha se esa no ena omampena na adoba ye 2017 or see free SHS na otro on manifesto mu no aben omanfo nsum free SHS aba amomanfo ebedi ho adanse de buburuja mudi na fi computer placement in some edrus for no ena some na ye he waya aye buburuja aye bomfrete ene say ne bomfrete ya ne say private schools say wo my Ghana mu say ebi ese wo mu tietie nkomo ye ekoso wo mfichire ho no a titu GS ene education ministry no a asa de pese achechire wo mu nsegu wo machi ne ka say wo mu ma wo private schools no wo mu ho be soso aban schools for de no ene hia eti se ne hia de ne aban schools no ye schools akese A list schools no ye din kan twa quota 30 de ato wo ho asana de akom ne wo mfefo ye wo private schools nyina akopre efa baby so say oh even marking scheme no a waye kede ye adwuma ewo BC mu no private schools de no as the marking scheme no yakomie munti ye wie ye no private school for na Nkomo twa pa no anya sa this year isan say ya mark wo mo down we ene ho nsam we tete say eye manufacturing eye basic education ho ana fapem to no efriba na awe utie ewie kase boy say ha for region die nkwada na ye place om ne mu be say 2000 omu twi pragea ebiti ase kase omu pe school ye onye school no ebi mo nya school ba omu twi pragea ye no msa was shit ye peska was free SHS omu no asem no ana omu so omu ngotwi pragea denti na ankoye o se prospectus no a tall list onipa daseni Asomdwoe Nkomo ene ye bedi Nkomo ye live for Facebook no so Peace 104.3 FM na Peace FM online or Facebook YouTube and so despite media me TikTok will talk live TV into pa be follow me on TikTok honum na yensua mum yenche mum ne yakwane saa me o APC freaking afam o ya bana so stubborn na nya bi no ma ekoma ahotontem ene APC ono pe ena dwuma nyina esi na betri so medin nana ya Konadu medaseba
Peace FM said you obetimi a check na farmer APC nsonti ana wa ye ne sa akoma
uti paiwa
fakina farmer akoma APC kaka hawa akoma APC
sisiare waposo no mpemu na ya oya fever ana wonam ya
emu bia kina farmer akoma APC ebeye firi ho nemum na nuachi na enkoy dia kuhu doctor kina farmer akoma APC eyema obia ya wadi emfiedu nsia 16 years dekro Peace FM
yeah Meshia Yesu ti asasieno nami eni fureni Nansu ene meni ebwe o asasieno nami ebubu eni Nansu ene betumi anantiu Messiah Yesu
na enra yenuanom ene ye abusuafo bi awoda eti enam kwa we so ma won nyina trinkwa me ba be ma ke birthday for no register na de nefo no asoso na afei ye di nchia kakra na yaba enkonwa sie ho yaba pono so aba be di enkomo ankasa na enra menua message journal say to andiama ya ma trinkwa mo awoda pawati happy birthday do belated 40 years. In fact, we are 40 and 45. Ejonia ya mautinkwa, my dear sister. Yankupon on shroud. Anya okasiye kosi so obeye kasiye pa. Ya mautinkwa mwa woda pa. na enra eye wofa Orlando of Orlando Zongo Lane na enra yofa woda 74 years hey of enyame ahraw na yesese won hraw mo Oma kwatenten dia hodin wom na di ni nyina men megina busua ni nyina nem enkanka Mrs Akoto Evergreen ene obusuafo nyina nem mautrin kwa wofa Orlando ewo Zongo Lane say happy birthday do belated eno ne ye enra afei yemra ene ye ne ene ya Arafat at 50 de nyame tumi ye no no yenua Michael Jare Salmane Arafat nyame de afe aka ne fie ho eti Arafat at 50 ye de rade ase ema ne nkwa ye de rade ase ema na brabo ye de rade ase ema yenua Michael Ejare Arafat Mrs Ampedu Nyakon e de 55 years enne Mrs Yamoutrin kwa yesre Nyankopon ho nhira de ahoden wom ene de maw enne eye nana kire ameya okusi nana kire eye abemu akrokrokrokete kra di fie miensa ne enti Twinkle Tender International School Okaswa Rock City enawo wawofo Mr and we call the Elder and Mrs Onnakisi won ena eto nkrai say little ameyaw yema chinkwa na yema awoda pa awie no Mary na wo honi eno Mary na wo honi eno Mary no eno Mary ma ha o yesu maame eye Peace FM ni o ejidi so ho ye pa me pa cho anniversary be celebrate occasion be na wo celebrate ema wo chinkwa yesre Nyankopon ho nhira enkwatenten di ahoden wom ene de maw yese rade omo anigye enwie peye enti mo amudi mawoda enani nyina ene mo amudi no enra ni nyina me ba cha asane yesane line by line eni ba Desmond Sayram awoda enti Desmond baby out me nka free bia megina wo ma me Lydia double ni nuanum nyina nemu ya maltrin kwam awoda pa Desmond Sayram ene eye wawoda ya maltrin kwa o yesi nyini na bra be ya abofra papa de ebeye ena ene eja eni sode eno nti Desmond Sayram ya maltrin kwa happy birthday Yakopon o nhira pa ene Dr. James Tapenyin wo Pentecost University na ye wawoda kosu asaponse ye ma otrinkwa na ye ma awoda pa yesre Nyankopon ho nhira de ema wo mamento nkra enko nunwa dofsu eho ena wie ye kwakogina Detective Corporal Vida Awini wo nunwa dofsu ante Vida ye ma otrinkwa wate Nyankopon nhira wai omo mfie bebre di ahoden wom na di ni nyina men eti eye birthday kese ene de emma Detective Corporal Vida Awini onunwa dofsu every Corporal Millicent Odro afei yesa friend ma abna ono so onunwa dofsu if ono ne ho ene wadofo ai wo Peace FM ha sei nyina yesa Nyankopon o hia no onyo akoma so ade ema wo anniversary bia se de me kan your birthday bi an occasion bi CPC adwumam koko process na na eje ne mboate na ma ha o wonkwaso yesre Nyankopon hira ne bambo kase ene yede ema o awie na no pare kwafo ba bia ateme nkafi bia na wonkwaso nyankwada mobro wadase wakoma penti yese wonsa da wate Nyankopon omo ho ban na wonhira o emo ade ye biara enye yie awie na no pare kwafo mechia me mo ha ajia kende honorable gift chumampofo ba bia ne nam bia Nyankopon onye okese onye obolo ekosi se obepai se tu na jese hu sa fedie yakwasi ne apem na esi abusua enne wasumdwe nkomo iso menua bia me afi nyina dise bia on na kaso wa hume ba afi yenhye dan hye asa afi hu no ana me na afi mani so well ebi so ana afa mani so the whole year me hu no woni na me ne sei ebia no akasa on de wahume me de wahume ame hu no ade na twambo so me miansa ti se me hu no Now, or ye executive director, national executive director, Ghana National Council of Private Schools. Private schools are a war Ghana has saying na. One bedjako kesiye council. One more shut down that private school abrabo any. Ewo my Ghana mu. A council kesiye. Yera Enoch Kwesi Jetua. Ono ena a ye national executive director. Ewie wakame ho e wo studio ha. Onu official pa o.
Avin commentary da mini aba.
Na nema muti say.
Nyame adum.
Dia meka ya sa afi mi hu afi wa hyede hu me.
Davi. Yenhia.
Yenhia ye.
Eye tetefon so ne social media aba.
Ezu mi no de nka ye kwa ahwe a.
Nanke ye hwibom yenche
me pa twa busuafo ho te say.
Nyame adum mini aba.
Be kuma ne bofra ne nyina.
Omu nyina ho ye.
Ye de rade ase.
Omu nyina.
Na pa twa adwuma mu nso e.
Adwuma mboko.
Yo.
Adwuma mboko. Yentimi complain bebre.
Mo what can come bibia ni aye say ye de anoba ba ye ene adwenche ene ekọ
sa pepepe mi
ejo nua me da se ne ba
me so me da se ne ebra wanya ama yen se ye ne watiefo ne edwa we ye edwa eson yie enti se nyame ye wadom na ekwan no pie na se o to nsa frɛ se ye ne Ghana nyina meche enwomesua ho nkomo a na ye niji semeni ye na hohoa enti yenso so ye da wase wanamontu a wutuo de boa enwomasua ni titiru pa wo private schools wo o my Ghana
medase absenti yenua inokwasi jetua wono ne executive director Ghana National Council of Private Schools wono ne na woti ye ba bedi nkomo ntimpa private schools fo ni nyina we say the gathering of all private schools. The mwaka ni mfichire ho na no ene I put to you and I maybe put it to Enoch said the mwaka kan mfichire ho no etesa na etesa kwampa be ne nyina ebe fa so ebe so ano na Enoch echi nipa ye hwe ne kwan omedri ye hwe ne kwan Emmanuel Kwaten Frimpong kasamafo Emma asye no a ehwe omayi enwomesua Ministry of Education onipo ne amansan dinkita ho ema won Emmanuel Kwaten Frimpong ono ene ehwe ne kwan se obeba abeka yen ho mo amutie yen bebia utie ye free bia private schools we your bad time anaso yo bia enwomesua education titru basic ho nkomo basic ade ko secondary transition mu nkomo ene ye ba bedi ene eti wo ho adwenkyira na asensusue bia wani die mu a ne ye di birthday eti ye ni voice note asem ne da bi eye SMS so share on Facebook abetimi do comment afa Facebook hwa edi aba enya san so san be send SMS a 055 3002428 055 3002428 or send the WhatsApp on so the same number so and I send the WhatsApp no ediafa na make us say ya ka send the WhatsApp efa ho ne SMS no me pa chaw eno nche se no so ne ye frɛ asi da bi se ye be bia homa no a de obetimi afrɛ so no wani dim beka edi achiro medase onu ama me hase prekosa wo kwampo na wanye se me hase afiri ho mani nsan eye no kre se marking scheme ewo afi wayek BEC ensesa abemu a ya marke a school for more private schools net down ana
yo mini mamenchia yen atiefo ne yen ahwefo ene a ye wo social media horui mamenchia omunyina na menchia minu anso a ba be kamensa anso so se yema no akwaba na fi yema enchia ne mu nso so entrema private schools awofo school for no teacher for no ene emu adwumayefo nyina ye de atudwa pen se wo hwe MS data 2017 2018 na eda na di pefe se private schools no etwemu mpem aduenu mienu ewo oman Ghana mu na dwumadi a private schools no edie no eye dwumadi a broni kasem no yeka ne se complementary rule eboa aban ama ne ngomasua ene nimudi a yepese de chechire oman no etumi ekọ nkan enti se nsem bi eba ewo ngomasua ekwan so a na eho abehia se private schools no nso so yede ya no eyeden etum se ba akofo hoi entimi enwere ededen edro nti esabre mamenchia private schools nyina ewo man Ghana eni won dwumadi a oyeden odie ede eboa o man Ghana wo ngomasua kwan so mini aba mede ba wasem no so no se wo hwe ngomasua abakosem a ewo o man Ghana mu a obia ni ho a obetumi ayi private schools modern bo ewo nsohwetwero mu afri mu na se ye kan se education no kra na ye wo mu njichemu ahoro miensa ye wo nia ye frɛ no curriculum eno no ni abohye anase ngomasua no esu a ekire se obetumi esua sa niema we na tumi aboawo ana ye wo bibia ye frɛ no instruction na instruction no so eno no ni ntitiye no ankasa se na ye be fa so adada amofra no se na ye di nanim se body o he wo di tu jam na wankusa ye den ehye ye be dada amofra no nye se ye dada o mo se dada akwan so na emom ye be tenetene wo mo na ye be toto wo mo abrabo se na ye be ya betumi ya miti ni aye hwehwe won da akini mu na no mu na abofra no ebe ko school a wafa sa na ema mienu mu awie no obewie a na ya frɛ bibi assessment na ya so abofra no ahwe ama abofra no hunu senia ne modembo esitie na fei se ekwan bi wo nanim se otumi tu anamon wo ne ngumasua mu a menua ba abrabo no mu kwan na etima yeden abie ama wo enti ye wo assessment so wo sa komo bie ma ye wo internal assessment a no no ye formative no ne se eno no ye foundation a no no de de biara abofra ne wo ye no school no ne keka bom ne yetimi hu ne se na abofra no oye den oye na eno na ya na ema yen ye nyina so ema yetimi predict ehu ne se ene eduru summative na eye ne ayaka nkitin nyina bomu no na ye bono tofa no ene abofra we se ye bono tofa aha na ho odin betumi ayeden agina na Ghana hanom no educational providers no amfan say ye Ghana Education Service any private schools no omo na eye formative no de eye foundation omo na eye etobia na aban aba abefam no aba be ye bi wo other classes nti edru summative no dia at the pre-tertiary level no ye de Ghana Education Service eno no ehye wayek for ye den ensa nti West African Examination Council ye mvan say ansa kra na independent day ebeba Ghana na yati wo man Ghana mu no omo na was a mandate na omo ye di eduru ho a mofra no register ye mighty for ntia say private schools we pay for that one aban no entua aban no mofra na omo public school no omo de omo ntua sai sika no
first de no mutua eduru 2017 ede ba no ana ekoye say aban the policy bia ba e kire say public school students no de omo register ewo BC no omo ntua sika na emomo no private schools no de omo be den omo betua ye ne aban si hu nkonwa mfa say eye hwebuada ye ntimi enya pomasipre bia anye den enfensi wo enti se ko wie say results no ba abonten a na ye yatua no we need to get certain kind of information ebetumi ama yeni ye na adwuma ye fo eno mo ye adwuma no ni titiri awofo no akoma aye den ato eno no ni se waye kofo no e make nsohwe ni wie a menua ba ne a obehu na ne se eye ebi akra ni nya 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 but scripture eka ho a
eye adansidie a ekyerɛ sɛ susuampa no de abofra no nya ya tro de assign ho no mo saa pepepe na okeka nea ɛwɔ nkrata no so bomu a ɛteɛ no ɛno no yensa nyɛ den enka enti this year no sohwe no beto dwa no ye monitor on our various platforms na your wider network awofo wom teacherfo wom ne educational consultants ahoro ye den ewom na proprietors na so bi ewom na uti the feedback ebe nyina na akoye ne se mofra na omotro nsohwe no omomodembo as compared to the summative formative assessment no ene no enko benkrum ensensonso ye den edantem abofra bi wo ho a na otimi ho ni se ni continuously ebi free class 6 ede kopim ebia JHS 2 and JHS 3 no to the last point of exams no na ni continuation exams no ekire se ye kan nyina aboma obetima ayeden etwa nenso so ebae no na anko yesen ayeden ye hwehwe no eno nti ye decreta ba bontin se waye ke enum ayen yensema ne ye kan waye ke enum ayen na yentimi nya nyina so bi enyi awofo no ayeden ano sanse awofo no busa se me bai se na ene ekoye den yenzo so sa nso he na omotro ne marking no ye ni dem hobi enti waye ke fo no mo no ma yen script no na script no ma ya dansidie ma ye hu ni se bo bi abofra no wo classroom no ni ana oya ade no okotro nso he no antimi anya den ama ne sa obi kan ni se se ade no edakrata aso a obi anu obetima gi ho ayeden echinyi enti na yensem a ye kan ne say we are calling for WAEC to release the script of the private schools no na yemfa compare omo exams na omo de ama omo na say grading na omo de ama omo no na ye hunu no se na ye den esitie na no na on say nsem no ba abonten a eyewo obi a wo so ne sre ene na basa no o de obesi ayeden aka no eno nti na ebi mi busa se say why ka mark yen down nti why ke babontin say sa na tie dia yemfa evidence emra na no ne ka che no say evidence na ye ka no wo why ke no ho na hye asema ye ka ne say fa script no bra bontin ma ye hu say sa script a wo dia ba bontin na hye so b na hye so nti no de wo dia ma abofra no sa pepepe na ye den etie eno no ntin konkoda ohaw no ebi no ntin konkoda ekokoye ne say okay ene ye ntro letter mfanko waye kene ahodo a ye tu ho anama wa ye twen emuaye papa ye betima nya de aye den afri ho
me ba cho krabodu emu ma me na ma onu akwaba
yo
aseye show menyi nwomesua so Ministry of Education won kasamafo Emmanuel Kwaten Frimpong Ebra made done Enoch me catch am say o medruye Enoch shase kasa ya e no jedwa Ima ehyiahia o
me Josu nyaba edi we adakamudin o
de he no
me first time cry me to already say ye frame me on Kwaten Frimpong me hu be be free ba na me say me nka ho asem
one be free ba
na me say me because edi we adakamudin me di adwuma de me di kwasi Kwaten
sa
enti Emmanuel ne ba na me say nkofo yi
akonfo wi
hu pa ba bia mo kofa free en de
ewiase bibia ne awie eni awie yase a ehinta
adabi
eti ene de ne se ne Kwaten na de na mo
edi o makofa ba
aya kritika adwuma mo te sen
oh yesu adom bibia ye boko
ye de radiase wo ba ne awie placement and eguso
placement no as a process no eguso ewo ekwan bi so kire say no say placement ye ka ye wa hodo miensa ye automatic placement and ye fidie ne benwan kwa na kire say asemesi na obenten for school yi na wo hwe ne modern bo wo de compare for so a ebi ana school we no fine na akwanya wo so ye dey onya eno automatic ne de eno nya say that was March 26 and you release here na ofro automatic na e obi be a friend self placement na say wonom so anya true automatic placement na say wo fa schools maako nsia sa schools nsia na ofa no ebi wo ho a wentima match up with any of the same schools ntia no sa na ye impose any choice or no so ye mana kwanya no no ankasa ko CSSPS portal no so na wako make choice of school or no ye dey akwanya wo ho a ye dey ope eno no kra no eno so ye based on grade awo because we key in this na modern bono ebe mother some list of schools be dey aba in the self placement no so no akwanya no ye inclusive up to now obi ono no when automatic placement no self placement no so no ekoso but sisi am no ka say over 95% of students have been placed large the make us obi akra placement no kwa na se ni bebre na aye de aye na we use a be manual placement no so no eno na te sisi am no ka say resolution centers ye ntum nti obi ho be ko bi o challenge bi eno no nipa da sani na sheda betena ho na waboa eno so ni nyina aye de ekoso nti placement as an exercise no make us say wo share within definition and say explanation me dia ba dia obeka say enwie because mo friend bi wo ho a akwanya nkakra wono mo so wa outstanding issues ba akomionu bi wo ho a ministry no wone Ghana Education Service na fi so the Ghana Education Service nkwa because enkania na kan free TV ni nyina na fi na emphasize SCP na ashasia ekoso nti afi so TV service ni Ghana Education Service na ministry no I said here say he played that intermediary role na ya ensure say placement in the ebekoso nti bisa na ho asem no
ayi afin crofo say grade 1 schools no I said the ministry no matna so if you say eba grade B e de krono a edem bebre enya grade 1 schools no mu anko awie ya kren crofo ba ha say obako free nsawam RC onya aggregate bene so onya say 7 ochusi grade A school wenya B ye placing the basis abria ye ka say okọ center they are referring back to the district education office or district education office and they say omu de omu ntimi nye placement ho hwe it on sanko center frustrated but onya to say 7
okay we know also onya say 7
yeah
bakunya 7 bakunya
obi a onya grade 6 to grade 12 metima ka say afin hye na ye no obi onya 6 to 12 bia no automatic placement na place no sana ye hye no me ba be chirim kakra e de aya de konti e bi ono no e bi a ono no ye de etifie but as a general rule no obi onya grade 6 to 12 bia no automatic placement na ye de e place no obi ani ho kra na ye ka say ye ma na kwanya so nko ye de nko self placement what could possibly be no e say e bia na school a onya ye no e school a ne nya de enye ho ndi abofra kro no
mienu we na memo anunsi enipa mienu a te se ene wo mo ba ha se
nipa ko claim meboa
nipa ko claim
but claim ana me check the possibility
se o check placement there say digital nti that simple
makra ko no check akra ko no print bi a fair placement slip mra e be show say you placing na am placing I'm saying say as a policy directive no obi onya between grade 6 to 12 no automatically no afidie ni place no of course afidie hu asem na adwuma ne yeka enti mintimi nyina so ase bia na asem a oka no enim but me ka de sitie say ebe ya nwanwa say obinya enti na oka 07 no me ka say so 6 to 12 no automatically the person was placed but ma mincha wa de kro
we are yes one twen we are na de ne ko
mate ma mincha situations a obinya grade 6 na bia ubusa say ministry na hold first class schools no na ampa ye wo categories of school ye wo category A, category B, category C. Now we category A schools na eno no na be obroni be friend no the early schools e bi no friend early schools and as overly subscribed schools no eno ya na nipa pepa Presec Legon, Opokuare, Prempeh College, Wesley Girls and Holy Child no money schools na I mean we know those are the early schools and school nipa ebre the epeno. Na waba schools no so ediso kakra category B schools no ho no so ahoden kakra wom KNUST Miami School Konongo Dumase Agri Memorial National one more social no abe C mde C ni de na in terms of subscription rate ne one more performance ni adana ya na initial say ebia A ni yede no nti afi selection and placement system na se process ne ye no ya mamofra no obi a wakonya so be fa category A school baako so hu na wafa konya se ya mo akonya se category B schools so be fa mienu na fe category C schools they with me fan up to 5 na within sa selection ankasa we na very big compulsory day no de no be fa baako nti wafa 1A 2Bs na so be fa 3Cs na wafa compulsory day no it all makes up I think 6 choices na be there we be making na nhihye ni purely purely based on abofra no ahode oyɛ de boy ampa obi betime nya 7 ontimi nya the first choice of school ɛno nkyɛ sɛ ministry na tan so na anim nkyɛmu ni yɛmfa school bi desakora yɛmfa sɛ bi offer Wesley Girls as the first choice category A school and offer program bi say general science offer general science no onya 7 ɛmɔfra nya 07 no maako konkwan 400 declared vacancies e general science e Wesley Girls no A200 which means enya 400 ni nyina na benya kwanya de akọ and so you move beyond the grade no aba baby a friend one more raw score and the raw score no ebi a 90 400 na 500 nya 07 no ebi a na mu be 200 raw score no was better than other people to be raw score ebi a 400 and something 300 and something obi su raw score form kakra nti one mu benya kwanya de eja because the declared vacancies in the schools no quite limited. Ebisu ho a onya 07 so hu ne yonku so nya 07 but 07 anya wonu nya de ntia ebu are sometimes the residential status offer day offer boarding the boarding ni mayema but day no akwanya ye de ewo ho ti 07 na ma mbekas we kura nya 7 eso ya fa ne ba ya mfa me ba we kura nya 12 ya fa ne ba ya mfa me ba because ono fa bi a day na akwanya space wo because of nipa apply day no and our offer boarding. Another thing, so yeah, even move beyond the program, the general science, move beyond the raw score and the residential status. Even program, no quite bit differentiate. Program it say general science a programmer. Usually the subscription rate is high. For a half a pa. To Wesley Girls stand the example. Unya 07. Any pa nya 07 near bear 400. The same Wesley Girls na kasana. Obi nya obi for 11 and 12 of our visual arts. Nipa apply visual arts no isha enti vacancy wo homa no enti maame betima ka say asomesi na obentin kwa nya 12 ba me ba nya 7 wa ye de wanya no nche se obi anya what it means is that comparing your raw score the program that you selected your residential status no probably other people within that selection of moye no had an upper advantage than you.
Eti unyini se te say raw score ye ka the grade total grade and our aggregates and nipa nyaye na say the aggregates ne hwe na 150 in and also obi the raw score e bitiu menya 7 ono so enya 7 but ono enya general science me menya wenya the school of choice me menya and watch him say raw score in the betimi yi obi ama
na some ye be 400 and space e 200
meba and watch us say raw score in the betimi yi obi ama na be yi na free
your raw score residential status and even the program betimi you ama
but the key factor o score grade and our score and sana residential any
the first criteria your
grade
and to obi onya 6 no obi onya 9 no 6 no e be consider the first
mo enti ena make medibusaye eba be see enei de ye free private schools say penny for year what education educational sector make educational sector no nyina bo me pese ye itemize pronouncement bi ana kase bi a epiepie ka me ayese priority ewo aban schools eso the entire friend no saito eso sene private enti na nei mo ha mo bedi ho onya sure say raw score if raw score ye bb to go by a key factor betimi determine class say ye be place or na say ye place irrespective of aggregator
No, the aggregate counts first.
And I make Obianya 7.
Obianya 7, they move beyond that, yes.
Yeah, be movie beyond the aggregate. Na ya ba raw score. Eti, when you say private school see opportunity to cry when omote say as a grading no. Yen ye ya mark ye down asema was here shaka.
My very say private school for no more Ghana for Ghana by power in terms of providing education, you know. Say me call private school. Na me free private school na me call Konadu Mase. Na o share the significant role private schools na play, especially at the basic level. When we say at the private schools, a bad dimpa say, I mean, ubenya wophobia ordinarily, especially my main fan say be one more belonging to the middle class, so I didn't back up by school because I mean generally we do have that admission say in terms of quality, no. If you want to compare the private schools to the public schools, private schools in the day was so as in public schools, no. And so the one more eduma more no very significant. And the ebaya didn't say there will be that deliberate attempt to say, hey, I buy better that say one more private school for and I say you better that market private schools for you down. I'm very measured in reacting to that because purely I mean is an entirely WAEC thing. You're trying so here. I call WAEC for no market. Now one more the home resource I there aba. As at now, said na me team in no sikasana. I mean when they make such a claim, WAEC can say one more fine in so there emra. No in so there or WAEC because the only basis a bit more akase you have been marked down is only when you have a reference to compare, which means say afra say no na mo modern bot to say I feel we no mo modern boy the echo say is only when you have those scripts and I say when you have that figures na bo say oh any afra say any modern boy e was so I feel the modern boy the akofom but enokra no I don't think say it will be very fair to conclude say because there has been a deliberate decision to mark you down because there could be other variables. A lot of variables could contribute to adequacy even if that is the case at one performance I had above from. My very measured in going there because WAEC ejuma one more a market one more a certain and so one more the MRK and I mean these are claims that can go because WAEC has responded. One more responded to BBS and the AC and if there is any of that there should be an evidence to that. But unim okay is just purely based on an existing policy since 2017 on this 30% allocation and secret one more some so 30% allocation of slots one more edema public schools. Of course, I mean you can argue that is priority, but Obisubeka say if you look at history and where we are coming from, it's purely an affirmative action. Affirmative action, they say there have been so many situations, even everyday politics. It will say, oh, situation so bad na wo ho a yem contest no meboa youth na wo ho a youth for de one more forms so ye turn no bo say ayede amomo ana oh aha say de say oba na ye existing MP e be apart from the yonko bankwa na betima ayede a contest no of course it may sound discriminatory to bema ono so no ehunu say in an open democracy no so betima ayede a contest so I mean it should be read in that light ye placement one say my Kenya before 2017 before our free SHS Babano. Now we share the number of students on more free public schools. I mean, make up public schools in this context. I'm referring to the JHS. One munya kwenya call early schools here. Make up some category A. So at that time it was even around 50 of them or less than 50 of them. Now we share one more percentage. Now it was less than 10%. And we enipa or habia one more trans or here no echo. Ebi a school be say Prempe, school be say St. Louis, school be say Wesley Girls, Brew Girls, Holy Child, no ma. Now a buying a school for a less than 10%. And the private was about 90%. And the Ebra buyer say okay, they say obetria will be a fees amano. This is our free SHS policy in the buy. And a buyer say okay. I didn't think a young creative opportunity. Now one more free. This public schools yes we pija in terms of one more opportunity in this category A or this first class school that you may call this elite schools. Tiabaya say one more modern bono. I mean, on any day, if you want to compare to the private schools now form, and the creative opportunity more 30% quota day a more. And yes, it's true. I mean, it's a policy. You may want to argue about the fairness or otherwise of such a policy, but I just want to say the premise and they can say in every policy be an affirmative action policy no. You have an other party who will say or no he has been discriminated against or he has not been treated fairly.
Mame fa to say wa pay one kasa wa assertion no. Private schools play a major role in basic education. Over 22,000 private schools there. Something solid. Parents be on one. Me community say the parents do not have, if call it luxury or maybe they don't have opportunity to a public school. The nearest public basic school no about 30-40 minutes walk from Omo community to but a Greater Accra to the next government school. Ebasa, the first option of a parent and they say school bay me bay ewa conveniently say private school or more now de neko. Ebia senka ma mininya F cube the free compulsory universal basic education and pay but proximity a deny no sa opportunity no. It is our day and yet, the mamma and the parents who net tawon. And was made me bear call private school be no biaka say me makana sem kese made me bear call sa private school a mini by site around 80 and no ape and me woko parents let your fees what your registration fee wayek registration fee wakotro ensohwe waba pass and our average student yamade onya ni free ebia proximity wise ono ni 3 ye onyan and when you free universal basic education FQB akamo and when your registration free and you kwatena se atro the same and sohwe but a sense of free aban mu die nti ma yemfa ne nko yemwa no yemma ne quotansa discussion na ko science na ekwa akogina eho na money private schools no entem kita hodie e wo no let us say
I think I'm only going to repeat myself. HSA so Osha mama the premise of such a policy say is an affirmative action policy. Initially no there was situation at the secondary schools no parents in the TOBI fees. A bank came in, say afino OBI fees at the secondary school level. That is, I mean, the introduction of the free SHS. Instead of that's what I'm saying. It depends on how you say it. Other people may see say, oh, any other na private we call private school no abon home order no. Near catching so ye 30% among the young call public school. But other person may also see say, eh, quite so public schools no. Ye first so I the happy job. Now listen. Ye wo school a Ghana for school. In such a school, no, you will have majority of Ghanaians no call public schools. No, just less than 10% having access to such a school. Nobody sees a problem with that. That should continue. Schools are your prempe, your presec, your I mean the big schools that you can call off now. It is purely government funded. Are buying schools, are buying a bibiano. Are buying crop for your opportunity to go into that school. It doesn't mean say private schools, no, or no more they be on bank because they are all citizens of Ghana. And you see, I think we should be very clear on that. Say, it's not like say 30% and we are substituting for bio. We are giving to also Ghanaians or also schools be on also the airborne money. The same Ghanaians say affirmative inti yet they are yes say yet the 30 more call my school case close. Sana you say per conversation me huno anya sa preamble na why are we not having problem with other schools but only the elite schools
elite schools go asem
no is the elite schools no na 30%
even with the elite schools no say wa ha and the previous government community e-blocks schools ebi there are other discussions to say yes our schools no ebi enrollment kra e wo fem was some of these schools. Obia pe elite no. The other school of thoughts ne say ene yebe enroll sa and ebe roll out sa program ya. Nanka expansion bi akoso ewo so-called grade A schools no. Na etumia cushion sad the 30 allocated ya shada ye this expansion purposely for this but bibi sa samwa ya well e bia omokrata so ye mu bi say me the education she free men call abemu medium
the solution is
I think me memrem kakra
bremu inok
memrem kakra minia kwatin wa chiremu bebre na o my Ghana yo emra e wo my Ghana they say all can say affirmative policy. In governance, no policy cannot override an act or let's say a constitution, and he's aware. Policy is more or less like an experimentary documenter, or study the way out of a situation so that you find a lasting solution to that. But your fundamental laws are all my Ghana more. Obi bia ni ho a ese so obetimi etu ayeden atu egu se okọ de yen mra kunini ayedi mra ewo man Ghana ha ayefre no constitution na okọ article 25 clause 1 na e kan pefe se ensese abofra bia no yes ni ho kwan e wo facility and programmer es abofra no pese okoye den okoye oh me offer me ba o kasa my entirety nyanto was I have a reasonable and I'm clear in my mind and you don't hijack my conversations. Let me make my point. Enuntina emofra no ye mo omu nyina akokotro nsohwe nsohwe ni mpo no obi a wanya sika mfa register na eho no eliminate ne yeden efrim from the private school side omukotro nsohwe ni wi a wayekefo do omo report eba abontin say we ma pass on say we bisa no o kire mu say we enam kwan we so na we betima call category A school enam kwan we so betima call category B school enti ya ye parameters ni ya yeden ato ho da onya miti a say wotimi yeden echo constitution is very clear ewo ho say ensese usi obia ho kwan and in fact even the children's act section 3 no so very strong on it say obi biara obeye ne obebo ne trimu person oye discriminatory against a child in Ghanaian context biara no it is an abusement of the right of what the child untimi abuse the child right ewo emranimo na asem ne say yemisa say edenti ana na since 2000 and let's say before 2017 na mo from war public school no na omuntumi nya category A school no nyeden enko entine as I say yes solve saade no say ye be solve dia as say create room bi di ma omo ana na ye create sa room ni ma omo a na saade na wo ho no asolve ana you see ye ni school bia ye kan say aban school na bia sa school no ye aban school ntino as I say ye jai sa school no ema eno no de yetimi de ma public schools e wo man Ghana mu nyina no ye Ghana full school say ye public say ye private a management of it no and ye nimu no say school we there ni management no or ni nsem no aban no na ye den manage and ye kasa aban ya me ne omienu a ye te no mu nyina emofra omo wo private schools no omo ye Ghana omo ye legitimate Ghanaians say yetimi kwaye ni say ye the affirmation policy bi ba na say affirmation policy na ye de ba no ye di ba be 2A bia constitutional provision bia ye den ato agu.
This thing doesn't come in.
Oh bro nyanto wase na mimi gidi ye say e bia ye yes adie we na improve the standards because we come group say adentin amofra na omo public schools entimin pass here enye category enye 30% allocation and say mom performance because amofra bia kokotron so he na wa he kekwo den e mark wo mo ana enso he no omo tron the same. And it say we person improve the standards and yes we allocate you improve the how the children will be able to meet the standards. What they mention I say you have to get all the necessary documents the teacher for our more public teachers public education they will be let's say giving whatever they are supposed to be giving. Ansana ya huni say ya yesa niema we nyina nani ya kan say esese obi atimi nya 30% na nsipa na onya 30% na ya di 30% amom na call private or call public school nkwanti ya di 30% amom ma analysis bi okọ kaso a okọ ya awutu senya ha ye wo over almost 1,000 private schools. And they were awutu senior. There were just 250 public schools and they were. And mofrana omunya kwan enko the public school no. And yes a bia private schools no Lazarus and I say bia omo yesik omo ye esikafo bi na de omo ma den echo. Baby wo ho a Kumasi abusuan kruwa de bia me kasa asemi ukọ asase na Kumasi abusuan kruwa na da breman ene soame mantem ho no nyina no public school bia anya den eni ho ndi akwase ni sai nipa na omuni public school bia omuni ho no mo na ya kan che so no anya public school anko na ye dina omo se ontima anya public school anko na call private school ntina ya man 30% ni bi no na ye de chichire oman no akọ ni sen you see in sama ye can and yes a bia yeah it's our case bia yeah constitutional law na say no say no Ghana hanom no say asema ye can bia no e ye mra kwan so na say de kasa say de mra ne kasa e be ma obi a o tie na tin yie because what to be the position of the law ni say abofre bia na o Ghana ha bia no say ni ngumasua both facility and the program no should be equal. Entina enuntina ama yede parameters aba yede measurement aba say o try exams na unya aggregate 6 these are the kind of schools I say we den okọ na say o dey command me mfefo a ono no de government responsibility so be ensure say standards are in place na you need oman mu na say private school teachers omo ye let's say untrained teachers na say you untrained teachers ama makwa akọ de ama mofra na pass ya. How much possible say obi oye trained teacher public school ni padodo say na enye trained teachers ewom enti say obi ono oye trained teacher akwa control nsohwe na abofra na failure. I don't think say in my mind say 30% in betim dey solve sa problem no. Name the problem supposed to be solved in a such a way say you betimi share best practices among the private schools and the public schools. And then we all find out say these are the best practices betima boa mofrano amoma eden akọ menim. Because I will take any policy biana you also think of how it is going to affect the other side of the people. Sure? Once no can say bia private schools be betima give say discriminatory and affirmative action na yokoba be say mad omo wa ha say. But we look at the gravity of that discriminatory or that activity. Only me say mofra no edru class 6 na oma yi parents na yi o ma no edu omo call JHS public schools all because ohun ni say abofra no control no private school ni school category A school 73 no abofra no nyanye den enko because ni mfefo ono no de onamo o public school ye di kan de 30% aye den amano na ye ba ni si ya ama awofo private schools no be bre na omo run JHS no they are collapsing it me was school baako ewo achimota ha ya enra of friend me say the reason the name I see cause on obe collapse school o collapse na ye musa say a teacher for omo kira de wo honom where will be the source of their employment in jitem bia na ye create unemployment situation den ewo man ni mu ye musa say adraba for more mudi school ne ho because school ni dan ni si ho no enipa bebre akwa ti say dua bodoma esi krom finfin nye nipa ba akopɛ na ye den eti ase omo metonton plantain chips omo metonton niema ne a niema nketenkete ho nyina no omo no so no eboa omo ma oman no economy ni timi ye den ekonkan yemusa say ebeye ne den yemusa say how government has positioned itself some of freya or more koka wo munua mo ho no provisions ben and facility provisions ben ya yede ama won. You see, so it is not just by coming out with affirmative policy. Say this is an affirmative policy. We have, because the constitution is very clear, say anything that is not in consonant with the spirit and the letter of this constitution, you know, should not be seen, should be seen as not and void. Enti enye bibia eya adefo fra minua kwasi obetimi achire mame ate ase se eye ade a eye se na onim asem no ya okra nyina ne se on se aboa ko eye ka ne se kwatirimponi ote dan ho a o se nia wato bo abo no enye na hi ti se nia o se wani gine no. You see, say oye I'm very let's say particular. I've been listening to him issue by or man for Busan Bebre. I've been listening to him. The comments are on money at the be anywhere a year more or less a year offensive or try how the system has been laid down. But say Director General of Ghana Education Service Eko Kotina radio so Eko can say phone crowd obenya enka 90% ena say yede ma category A school for na de ma public schools na yade a etwa ensunumu.
How many percent?
O say SSA ono no crowd no advocate on certain meetings as say enka private public schools no 30% nka yempeja mu mfa nko 90%.
Oh really?
Oh kwasi
public statement.
And that one thing I will send you. I will call. What you want them? Because you want them. You. Now, Nkobenya crown so enka 10% nanke free private schools urban. Yemo monsa ntron so he. Aside is masa tro or matro BC na yeden. Every no. You see, we ye say ya. Na odi. Sisu jina ye say affirmative action na wo kan ye no enye say bia say bia ye ma nko ne ma no mo ho nusa na mom deliberately no person will collapse the entire or wipe out the entire private education from this country, and it is very painful. And until ama private schools no ebisa say omo nye Ghana fo a one proprietors na omo wo man Ghana mu na omo ye adwuma no constitution ni mo omo ho kwan say omo nti omo suku e wo man Ghana mu nti ade omo ye no enye bone bi enye emraton bi eye mra ya si ho dua o kan constitution article 25 clause 2 esi su dua say obi biara wo sika na wo akwanya na say ahode obetimi e de ati suku no or the right to maintain and the right to establish schools in this country. In this onipa no kwakoti school na woso wankwankwa tron so he no akwakwa tron so he na wawie na aka chem say ono no kra de ne mofra no esese ke sai emom sa akwotron so he bie ma. Now what are you trying to say? Me wa na se afo ba yen suku mu. Me wa ye se teacher for no yen license ema wo mo. Meanwhile, naka for training ya curriculum yo mode ba yi. Yen kwoto ntwene nkofa bibi foforo na ayeden. E de akwa kire mofra no ade. Na nya oni me say yen preparation e de kire mofra no ade ni nyina enya as educational regulator or as educational policy maker no. Why do you sit down till some of them go control so here and san ya sa ka chom so mo san kon control ni biem some of them no omo ye malifo ana so omo ye benifo
Kokwati mami musa se mira jetra mi jiwanu si mami musa se ye preschool hyehyɛ ne kosi sɛn
the preschool says
I say ye wo kindergarten okay educational ladder no ye wo entotofe wano a ye de wo mo ɛhyɛ ase ansa ne yakwa akosi kindergarten
okay
yeah na aban schools no previously na enhyɛ da nurse maybe ye wo kindergarten enhyɛ da nurse nti saa bre no crèche brenum ni nyina no na about time do no a rely on private schools no and they come kai say I think 2018-19 no nhyehyɛ bi ba ya na early can say childhood package ene ho enema bi ewo emusa and na me busa say akosi say yetimi expand ya na
I think I'll have to get a briefing on it.
On that, okay, no problem. The Tiana maybe Sagosi Sasso say, also may make a proximity and availability. May problem. Apart from investment, to be a birajitia ebekano. May problem ye proximity and accessibility. Baby from baby a memete even piece of from Hano. A best in there, parents best school fees. Ebra free SHS buy wo pe omo mo bo wo mo fusu hire ne ba ko a na ye mia reason menya admission mini admission fee a me de ko ebe ye thing of the past benane na nye wo Ghana parents bi ekoso sre sika for basic not because aban school na wo ho no on person de ne ba be ko bi o oni bi e wo ne area wanti the next available school obenya eye we eti ameka say adan na efa ne fa de ye ka say private schools agency bi ya mark one down why ke say mo fa adanse mra why ke de another topic for another day because why ekuta autonomy omo de omo ho wo ye nso hwe na why ke say mabawo remarking wo book so Ghana has say pass or so why remarking wo book and tense few betimi asori ababo so Ghana nipa dodo say no ne waye kwekwa kwotweman so say koy exams e jina kra ne asa blacklist edwe free ho etina ebebia
waye kwefo amaka omu ya omo timi nya access to category A schools. How did they get it? How free private schools no
and omo ka say omo hwe wa we parent ne say answer na betimi akasa no e was say wo hwe wo outputs previously and then we output in there. Now the aye we make a way now say there seems to be maintain our the private sector our education mo and the public sector our education mo currently yaba industrialization ne trade mo ya say the private sector is the engine of growth. It's a binary private sector no some partnership. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. There's a situation that private schools need to be sure my time so come. It's how best and you bet me mitigate it.
Yeah, close to 900 secondary schools. I mean, when you talk about these 900 secondary schools, both the normal senior high schools and TV schools. If you look at this, only 71 of them in their category A schools.
They are kind of senior high school as
senior high school.
Yeah, basic now, sana trans. Mete and I say ye free ho a transition ako senior high school no. And I'm gonna say there seems to be some cohesion.
Nobody have denied say private schools one more play. The issue in contention that 30% that I mean the 30% policy in that when it comes to the for instance, category A schools, no.
Me policy time a policy no 30%
there has not been any formal meeting to discuss this because sir policy we babe told me Abraham me office yenya any let's say formal meeting proud to say abia this is the situation. In the ABI, we want to implement this. Now, ABI more margin saying na yenchre. That is one of the issues at Tembia. We have let's say issues with the education. Near sa issue whereby near my can wasem any say now because you can say 2017. It is not 2017. We were having catchment area 30%. And sana we started as at the last let's say office of Honorable Napo. And unti we raise alarm on that. Emma Semnocra by Daily Graphic front page. Emma only also okay private schools momra na ye Nkomo. Inti ye call ye no say public schools. Any say honorable enye public schools one asem ye kan ye. Because mo fra no more private school no. Omo so private school for omo ebe bre no wo ha mo. Onim say ye was 70% of the private schools are US aid for our class for omo say omo ye low fee paying private schools. Oko can US aid for a year. Omo reporter.
Me can say OJ just a quick friend say because one mama no see you.
Oh, okay.
One mama see. That's why I kept quiet.
Okay, but you can see twice.
Obisa masem. And make say an impression shouldn't be created say there is a policy deliberately no discriminating against one or more private schools no. Because I mean personally me call private school. The thing I make say you have over 900 senior high schools. Over 900 senior high schools no. Emu akuma 71 and a year those category A schools. Within these 71 year category A schools no and a year two. So you have over 800 of them. There is equal opportunity for whether you are private or whether you are public. I think that one should be established. So when we make it a wholesale conversation, I say buying in terms of placement, Abaya should 30% be there to be their public schools now. I think we should put it in the proper context. Beyond that, within this 71, and Abaya say as part of affirmative action, well, the 30% are those in the public schools.
Affirmative action that wasn't discussed because affirmative action bill. I go through discussions.
What form of discussion did you want?
So I would say a affirmative action.
Into discussion
with other stakeholders.
Other stakeholders.
To say private schools, to say parents, because Ghana will PTA PTA as a body, your private schools, and so and I will say affirmative action. It may not be good to everybody, and also be and pansy, but there was no judge because your democratic era. It's not make us say, when I you know. It's not a affirmative action I taking without discussions, and now because I say there was no proper discussions between the private schools and the ministry.
I think say initially because say policy even beyond 2017 that so I don't know even know to answer because or say now 30% within a catchment area and after about 30% for
why my man chairman because the attendant say because the attendant say
answer now I will know which way
30% catchment area placement na ewo ho so wonu ko school ewo ebia Peace FM ana Peace FM ha senior high school omomu ko school on potem ha nyina no say ye placement system ni ho ni say wa wo ben ha no mo no say ye place wo ba Peace FM ha dan obi a ebia wo tipokuase so what you say no ewo ho
I don't know compulsory day no different
yes no na say we be am say wo yasanto a na wo titano so a definitely say wo fa yasanto na wo titano so nko a wo fa no boarding a wan hwe a wunya boarding wo benya ni day na ama obi a oti atonsu ana say oti jache pram so aba benya no boarding
no consultation bi o.
Oh, and yes, a consultation. I say, before saying introduction of can say CSSP no bebano. This is what we were doing in the system. And sana this 30% be then
So
say 30%.
2017.
And yet 2017. No, 2017 was not 30% allocation as against the, let's say, to the public schools as against the private schools. This 30% allocation in Americans say a catchment area. It was for everybody.
Okay.
But it's different from Adia
Mama men post one na men kon koton ade mra me pagya me ti me bra ne ko na ansa na no ma me fa mo comment ne ba ko mienu bi pe entwam Fifi Benji as sad. You people are just spoiling education system for us in Ghana. Fifi the fa Facebook and a day a buy. How many people can pay fees every term in private schools? And also a year a day. Joseph Edie our day a buyer. May kind messages like a crabby because of time ne yem. And Jody as said anaya the discriminatory policy against private schools at the basic level is also meant to wipe them out of the system as they've done to private senior high schools, which is unfortunate. Jody the was say in Yimua. Yeah, tia private schools no basic level. Na ye dia yi wo so afiri mu said de kaneno na private senior high schools wo hot say ehunhwan mu ama ayegozo no we ye Jodi e dia wode e free dansoman e baye. Abuzafo mo mento ade semape emra. Me o APC African na farmer so ya oba na ni den. Na wo gye bia na anyi a APC. Wonu me APC na enu achi wo da so te ya onipadua mu a e ka bibi cho se kɔ na kokɔ hu doctor me da se aba.
Peace FM. Said you bet me a check in a farmer APC in Sunti. And why yen sakuma?
Uti paiwa.
Fucking a farmer Akuma APC.
Kaka hawa.
Akuma APC.
Sisiarie. What person who no pemu na ya? Fever anawona me ya.
Emubia kina farmer Akuma APC ebe ye free ho. Nemum na nuachi na enkoy dia kuhu doctor kina farmer Akuma APC. Eyema obia ya wadi emfie dunsia 16 years dekro.
Peace FM.
Pasa hayan wadi we fidie atwa ye di Asomdwoe Nkomo na ye hwe ye homasua atna ye titru basic nsensamo placement yi eba ewie ye no apagya ne tine kakra hu ye ne ebre no ehia tie pai wosema enum wose de ma ye musufi ase makela aboboniodi anka kwam ye boade kwan so brebedwumadi eba medase o saha na ade we fidie no atomo comment na mode aba me phone ba kono so de mpamcho eno so na de program ninti ebeka ho am de mode beba ha no eno na mekai question Enoch aka be 5 minutes na wase ye ma ye muso
we cry question o
grana do omo eyin ma me ya check ampa
okay
me nwan mo office of BK technology o ma send ya basisi ai no omo say no kre in place you omo
okay
but one more resource no fi WAEC ba late nti omo ka omo na WAEC carry hold omo resource no the first one e buy no sa placement ne release omo de nka ho to one more you hold omo resource aba nyina afi na no so ya ha nti omo hu se enya mfonso e free omo ana enya mfonso so e free ministry no omo hu se we hold omo resource
okay e free omo and e free ministry
because WAEC we hold resource it have a balance cry
okay on say why etoda on ye beka se bia wote nchen ya na what kind of said it pay. But honestly, last 2 years a bra debate started about WAEC autonomy and they say benya another body near them. Where ye mo be yen to me uncle school in every WAEC. I'm telling you, actually say so school fine school will new teachers and him say oh modern what to say. Obakwa kwa enso hebeba no poto sabi me amete fanchine ko fa bode beto me chalk akire nsua wo say me ma me mobrani no no okuta na so e de ekọ na fom na yenya kakra di na yekọ school kakra wo say me nko challenge WAEC say WAEC ya withholding me way for the where even omo tenkran krom cry bi omo ye middle class status strata na sumpo no dodo asa na beka say me kwa challenge okwa ono why to say ECG me do mo light na was southern sector ha with the sumu me kam enti waka enti me personally me feel that time also say reforms be because of education ministry said ye hu reforms see bi on mo a da ko be sorry na a movie ko say na achiaba say change obi na on mo change ye ne fe prekope but debate no uncover eho say ye timia straighten niema bi from her sa me wo mna se pose ya under mark me and I say bibi atisa ensi wo university lecture bi mark wa mo anka say we me kware marking
oh ene last week bisi me gimpa ha ya aha na me hwe na me hu se mass na de me nka height we do so ha mass na me ka kan hwe de brasha be
but it was saying
yeah why can someone say every part say last year I'm one of them you make it publicly call say why monopoly no eno na ma education ho chire no my Ghana
cause me do want see me for some years now why issues ba I stopped following wonim de ntia even the corporate affairs and our PR department and nay and a minim say e bia minya producer biom e bia mo ne producers me ma me din sometimes issue asia wo frɛ e bi kra na wo frɛ se bia omamwaye instant o issue sent here pay follow up
no auntie I just why are the power
was it time na no ye
yeah, follow up. A beya boache bi. Sometimes what the fact say what free keke krana free local station. The next moment, obete no kasa ewo English speaking station. So and I'm saying, who are you deceiving? To me at a point, bibia wayek me brosko toto nchen. Oh yes, I'm telling you.
I would say.
I'm telling you, me fa sem bien sie because me nsro ni pe bia wasase so I will say it as it is. Say nei and now my year a bit considerator first no omo the statement ba na yakan number na sha ase no o frɛ no a wonfa ado obefa no either I'm busy sa it is even at yen level near the ordinary citizen
yes
me pa so kwesi ya wo 5 minutes ye pon the obefa no first bia na ba akwa to aso
yo me de nya beka ama yetiefo atie nyina ne se nya di kan no sa affirmative action na policy a aban di aba no yen ti ase mo no eye asisisem editia private schools enimra kwan so emwa ma enwomasua sene yesi hwehwe no na no yensa ntumi nye den enka ni tia wane ne se eyade a etia private schools for mofra o moye Ghana for no editia wo mo me de say PRO ewa ha yesi se ope asem aka kire nyame a o ka kire mframa onso na adwuma wo ye mframa asem nti ye be ka kire ne se private schools ni nyina yakoma enna ewo saa kwan no so we are not happy and openly Director General Sema o kan de kire private schools no o se wonte ba me ka kire ko ne ko hwehwem se wo hwehwem na hu a manin asonti se ese obache obabontin ebe pa private schools for no echew because asema o kan ye no eye ase de ye adwuma ye no my Ghana mu ye nim ni ye den ye na se ye pese enwomasua ekọ nanim a I will say aban no responsibility ni se the public schools no teacher for no whatever they are supposed to get ebetimi aboa omo ama wo metima kire mo fra na de ye na eba nso hetro ometumi apase no omo mfa ma wo mo na enye se ye de 30% allocation edema ebia public schools children eno na ebetimi aye nyina so ama the long term issue where that was public schools mofra no ntimi mpaase no betimi afiri ho ana na ye kan say ebia ye wo schools no emu ebia is getting to 900 adentina ye ni 73 pe you see
71
73 kwasi
category A afi 71
okay but a document on the buy no human 73 enti say 73 71 the amaya ni san ne say e ya bana na achichem say ye ni esi school ni nyina ye futu flatter ekokofu ebia bola obia utimi pass ko ba bia a ko bia ni how bia o e ya bana na categorizing say ye wo school A, school B, school C, school D up to this. Enti no meba enti say sa categorization wo honko na abofra na tima meet the standard ne nko ane de emra bia ni ho esi abofra ne ho kwan say esese ye deny ne say ye ma ne nko category A school no na ye ne sa ebe go private schools na go private schools na the government alone and for that matter the Ministry of Education will never be able to what maintain or produce or deliver education to the entirety Ghanaian children or more education ayeden ako.
Okay, question 2
me ba me hu say one more concern is very legitimate and valid. Said is no is an existing policy. Of course, I mean policy be subject to interrogations, reviews, concerns, opinions of other people. In the education say nya so ne be favor bia aban susu ya ne say o makwan ma enwanom nso a wonom ekọ public schools no especially wonom mu nya kwanya nko any of these early schools so benya kwanya e very be value addition anka wonom nya 11 12 13 no na nka pese kilogram no wetima agye wo no wetima boa na wa transform wo no mo so atimi apase near mouth 6 ones and na produce of any say what's the resource 6 in kwa unye ade bi ehu bia die mo na mo akwanya na obi anya bi enko na mo obia midisi no menua nana Jemfi Sendlos director was wotie na memfa nchia kese ma pa na ebre papa mo no so beba na ono abetwetwe nkomo
ka je se mejina ko tie atwen pa jo kwesi medam wase o
yeah that's it
minim say nkomo na ya exhaust e bepa another time na that was so medam wase ebza for yera no mienu inokwesi jetua executive director National Council for Private Schools and also Ghana National Council of Private Schools ono ne executive director dano obeboa me di nkomo na na shada kem no epie ne kwasi kwatin aka mepe na metwabutuo Emmanuel kwatin Frimpong woye public affairs director ewo Ministry of Education omenwo mesia atena ye na ye ne ono so ebedi beka om ye di sa enkomo yi ye se papa so opa nwoma so nye na numu de ne yie muntia ye mu bi ye feel say enya dudu wurawura ene hia ketewese yes se nipa no obe wa pass nimde be na ode pass ye pass ti wi wo de ade no beto okra enie wa pass Peace FM or MPC FM ajegun Peter Square Michael Jarrett Sanmane Arafat the birthday man Pretty Joyce Benis Boating and Akosia Sapon won na hwe ebobo adwuma no ma me man bedi ho chia me Kena farmer mama APC. Uti oya no anum bi na mom kai. Wonom na nanu achi oya ne bakọ kọ na kọ hu doctor. Enwuma ya da roma e na meje adwa e de Asomdwoe Nkomo bremo. Kila bobonua odi an kai kwam ye bo a e na eto aso. Medin nana ya Konadu. Sakraisa ma. Omugu achire honom na mosre. Mo se bi bo medin a na nkrofo se obo di announce ade wo ne cockroaches Peter Square e ka ho Salamat ka ho William Gentu ka ho Pretty Joyce ka ho Benis no kra na me so ye no ono kra de nye omo so ka ho but still the name remains Medin nana ya Konadu Sakraisa ma efidie so ye be hia so ukuada me kokra